What's up, guys? So anyways, today I'm going to be going over Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel's preseason games and just kind of go over to see all of their throws and passes that they each made with a non-biased look. I'm not a Browns fan. I am an Eagles fan. I know, get the boos in there already. But basically, I just thought it'd be fun to just kind of look at both quarterbacks, see what they both offer, some things that they both can pretty much, work on, and give you kind of my opinion on where I think things are going for both quarterbacks at the time being. So let's just get right into it. We're going to start with Shedeur Sanders, as you can see here. All right, let's see. See the first pass here by Shedeur Sanders. It's a little bit high. Let's see here again. Yeah, see, it's just a little bit high. The receiver may have been able to maybe bring that one down, but you gotta be able to hit the guy on the numbers on that pass. All right, that right there, that was a good pass. Perfect placement there for Shedeur Sanders. Oops. You love to see that. All right, pass 3. That one just a nice little easy dump off. Nothing too crazy there. Big bomb. This one here would have been overthrown anyway. That was the receiver never would have caught that one. Good run. Great. Love to see that. Nothing was open. Just, you got the wheels. Take it up. That's a pass. That one right there is a pass you need to make. We'll just bring that back a little bit. As you can see here, wide open. He had a nice. He took this time. Playing his feet. You love to see that. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to hit the guy, wide open in the flats. All right, let's see this one. That's a great pass right there. That's probably the first real pass that I've seen so far that looks really good. All right, this is a little scramble drill. This one probably should have just threw that one away a little sooner. He's lucky he didn't get intentional grounding on that, actually, but I don't think it mattered. I think it was already 4th down. Nice little dump off. Those are the ones you have to make. All right. Another little dump off. Nothing too crazy. That one... he may have just been throwing that one away. He was double covered. Possibly was just a throwaway ball here. Let's just check it one more time. He may have even ran the wrong route. That's also very possible. Let's see. That's the touchdown pass. That was a great pass, actually. I'm like I said before, I'm not on either person's side. I know Shedeur comes with a lot of super fans, and a lot of people are hating Gabriel for no reason. I'm just looking at this as biased as I can. Unbiased, I mean. But no, that was a great pass right there. Can't be mad about that. Put it right where it had to be. That's the second. That's 2 now really good passes I've seen from Shedeur. All right, that's a great. Those are the throws you got to make. That's another good pass. I'll make that 3 good passes. That one I would have liked to see just a little bit. Let's see here. Hold on, bring it back. This one, I think, again, he's just not quite. This one might not even been a catch. I think they did bring this one back, but. This one, I would like to see more on the numbers so the receiver doesn't have to. He did try to make a really good adjustment here. Well, he did make a great adjustment there, which is what I do like to see from wide receivers. Or even, I don't know, he might be a running back. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I mean, Let's see, what do we got here? All right, beautiful. The defender did fall down, took advantage of that. That was a great pass. That was a really good pass. All right, let's see here. Good run. All right. Would like to see him not take the unnecessary hit, though. That one was a terrible pass. That was another one of those bad ones. Yeah. It was a little high in front. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off. Just a little QB thing. QB sneaker. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, that's the one that should have been picked off as well. That's another one. He's lucky. So that's two passes now that should have probably been picked off. Okay, scramble and scramble. This is a scramble. This is the scramble that I don't personally like. He probably should just threw this one away. I mean, he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. You know, technically, I think that is a sack. Good play on the defender. Holy shit. Great DB play right there. Let's see here. This is the one too. Now this is just a great play by the wide receiver in my opinion. A lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, it's not a good throw." Like, yes, he got lucky that his receiver bailed him out, but this is overthrown. This is way overthrown. Now maybe if the guy was a little bit taller, you know, it might have been more on the money, but for the guy that's here, this is an overthrow ball, and it's just an amazing play by this wide receiver. This guy should get a spot. That's a hard catch. He bailed out Shedeur on that play, if we're just being honest. Here we go. Another money. That's a good throw. Can't knock it. You know, he has some good throws in there. That one's another one that could have been bad, but he got away with it. You know, just great defensive play. Again, he's taking the unnecessary hits that he doesn't need to. You know, I do like that he's looking downfield still. I mean, that's just coverage sack. Let's see here. That one. You got to make that throw, though. You have to. Anyone can be honest with himself and say, yeah, that's one of the throws that you do need to make. He has a lot of these. This is the only knock I have on Shedeur, is that he has a lot of throws like this where, and maybe he can clean them up, but this is what's going to put him to that next level that everyone thinks he's going to get to. You have to hit your guy on these wide open throws. Like, guys are just wide open and he's missing them completely. All right, what we got here? Just nice little throw. Yep, exactly where you want it. Right on the money, right on the numbers. All right, another little dump off. A lot of his throws are dump offs, but that's not a bad thing. That's pretty much how every quarterback is now, if you really watch film. They'll have like one or two big throws a game. Another one, see, this time he hits the guy that's wide open, and that's what you need more of. He needs more of that. This here, good throw to the out. You know, that's a good place ball. All right, so we did that one. Now let's do the next one. This is Dylan Gabriel now. He just played earlier today. Let's see if he looks any better or worse. Dylan Gabriel drops back. Money. That's the thing, too. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Dylan Gabriel's ball comes out a lot faster than Shedeur's. It's a lot more accurate. That is one thing I will say. All right, we don't need to see that. All right. Little scramble. Get down. I don't like the way he slid there. I'm just keeping it real. It looks like he hit his head a little bit when he slid down. So maybe Dylan Gabriel, go work on your sliding technique. But I do like that you did slide instead of taking the unnecessary hit. But you did take a hit to your head, it looked like. All right, another throw. Beautiful. On the money throw. That's what you want to see. Couldn't put it in a better spot. All right. Great little dump off, you know, we'll take it, you know, take the safe throw. All right, let's see this next one. Boom, perfect, hitting him. Looks perfect so far. All right, what do you got here? Nice. Oh, that one's on the receiver or running back, whoever this is. Like I said, I'm not a Browns fan. I don't know who half these guys are, but that one is definitely on this guy here. That's something you got to catch. It hit him right on the hands. I mean, he wouldn't have gotten very far, but you still got to catch that. All right, let's see. So that was not on Gabriel. Another fucking just threaded the needle. Threaded the needle. How could you not like what you're seeing so far? All right. Beautiful. Again, beautiful pass. He's dotting up the Eagles right now. All right. Let's see. What's this one? And another one on the money. Literally has not missed a throw yet. Besides the one that the receiver dropped. Another just... Dude looks... NFL ready to me so far. I don't know what everyone's saying he sucks. All right, let's see what this one is. This might be the interception. Yes. All right, so this is the interception. Now, if you look here, this guy is beat already. This guy is wide open. This guy is also technically wide open. At this point, both of these receivers are pretty much wide open. This guy is already turned around, going the wrong way. Now, I'm going to try to do this. You might hear my space bar. Now, if you look, he's even more open now. He's like, okay, I kind of know where he is. Now, I don't understand what this receiver did here. He instead of going out, I think maybe he got pushed off a little bit. So there may have been a missed call even on this play. But he gets pushed out in this way. If you watch this very closely, instead of him continuing his route out here, and these two would have been kind of close to each other, but they still would have been separated. But if you look, they end up right next to each other, but still, this guy is still wide open. And technically they're both open and at this point still, but what happens is the safety here, the rookie safety that is probably going to end up being a starter on the Eagles, he ends up cutting between both of these guys and intercepting the ball. And there's also videos of this guy here, the tight end, where it looks like he got alligator hands in the situation too. I'm wondering almost if I can't pronounce his name. It's the guy from Texas, but I'm wondering if he maybe said something like, "Oh, coming through" or something, you know, and it scared both of these guys. But this ball should not have been intercepted. This is completely on these two guys. This is on Gabriel, because like I said, if you go back and look, they were both open. This should have never been picked off. Just a great play by the defense. Now watch it real time. You look, see he gets pushed here. I don't know if you caught that, but he got pushed. He gets pushed up the field by whatever, I can't pronounce his name. I don't want to butcher it, but it's the safety for the Eagles, the rookie safety from Texas, and he's already out of the play technically. Like he's beat, and technically he shouldn't be able to make a play on this ball, but he squeezes between both of these guys. Neither of these guys really try to catch the ball. As you can see, his hands came back in. So I don't put that one on Dylan Gabriel. It does suck. It does go against him as a pick six, but that's only his second technically incompletion so far. And like I said, going back to the Shedeur Sanders ones, he had two interceptions that probably should have happened as well. So neither of them have been perfect. That's the first one I've seen where he actually overthrew the guy. Now that's the first time Dylan Gabriel, again, like I said, back to the Shedeur Sanders thing, missing a lot of open guys. Well, he missed a really easy one here. All right, here's the next one. On the money, boom, right where you want to put it. Maybe a little bit lower, you know, so he does have to reach up, but at least it wasn't over his head, and it was catchable. Boom, great defensive play. And again, this guy was technically open, just great defense. You can run that one back again real quick. You can see here, just look, he's open, ball's put pretty much right where you want to put it, you know, just knocked away, great defense. Nice little out route by the running back, easy peasy, didn't miss the throw. Right down the middle, got it. You know, nice throw. Taking advantage of what Philly's giving them. And that was this. Now that was a missed throw. And again, now that's two bad throws. Technically, only two if you count the overthrow to the running back, and then this one, like I said, the interception I don't think is on Gabriel, and I know a lot of people that are Gabriel haters are going to say it was on him because he's the quarterback, he shouldn't have thrown it, but I showed you clear evidence that both of those receivers were open. This one was just he just threw it behind the guy. Like you can't defend this one. That was just behind the dude. Try to get it again. I keep trying to right here. Now this guy is wide open, but as you can see, it just goes behind him. All right, let's see what this next one is. Boom, right on the money. And maybe a medicine. Well, not really a medicine, but just great. The safety came down really good. But it was a dart. He throws darts, man. That's the one thing I like about him. But anyways, as you can see, that both of these guys here, Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel, I do think Dylan Gabriel, despite the pick six, they didn't show the fumble by the running back. That wasn't not on Gabriel either. That was the running back. He just never got the ball secured properly. But yeah, so I think Dylan Gabriel is the more NFL ready quarterback from just watching this and then also watching both games live. I do think Shedeur has some promise in there. I think if he cleans up those little things, he has a high ceiling. But Dylan Gabriel is the one that's truly NFL ready. He has the accuracy. He barely ever overthrows anyone. He's always on the money. Besides that one play where, you know, the receiver and the tight end kind of got too close to each other. But honestly, in my opinion, like I said, I think the safety for the Eagles just made a hell of a play on that. He made that into an errant play. So anyways, let me know down below what you guys think. Hit the subscribe button and, you know, give it a like or whatever. If you like the video, you want to see more of this breakdown stuff, or if there's any other footage you'd like me to cover or whatever, just let me know. And I haven't made a video in a long time, so I'm sorry if I stumbled over some things and whatnot, but see ya.